Hi everyone, welcome to Object Oriented Programming class. Now we see the topic on IO streams in Java. Please use headphone for better audio quality. The first one, input output stream. Stream is a path for data flow. That means it's one of the path to transfer the data from one place to another place. So every stream has a source and a destination. The source and destination for a stream may be two other streams in the same program or two different programs. That means client or server programs, or two physical devices, either hard disk and console screen, that is monitor screen. That means data transfer from the hard disk to monitor or client to server. Okay, streams are classified into two types. First one input stream, second one output stream. An output stream writes the data into the file. If you want to write any data into the file is called as output stream. Input stream is used to read the data from the file. If you want to read the contents from the file means it is called as the input stream. Java encapsulates stream under java.io.package. That means all the streams under the package is java.io package. Java defines two types of streams. One is byte stream, second one character stream. Byte stream means it provides a convenient means for handling the input output of bytes. In character stream means it provides a convenient means for handling input and output of characters. Character streams uses the Unicode, that is ASCII code. Okay. Java byte stream. So in Java byte stream consists of two subclasses. One is input stream as well as output stream. The input stream and output stream classes and their subclasses are used for dealing with the data in byte format. First one, subclasses of output stream. So output stream means write the data into the file. Okay, so in some of the subclasses of output stream are as follows. The first one, the left hand side represents the name of the class, right hand side represents the functionality of the class. The first one, output stream, performing output operations. Buffered output stream, buffering the output. So buffering means the temporary storage. Byte array output stream class, writing to an array variable. Filter output stream, filtering the outputs. File output stream, writing data into the file. That is, file output stream is mainly used in this, mainly used for program to write the contents of the file. Okay. The next one, print stream, output the Unicode format of the primitive types to the console. That means display into the monitor screen. Piped output stream, writing to a pipe. Data output stream, writing primitive data types. Then some of the subclasses of the input stream. Input stream means read the contents from the file. So input stream, performing the input operations. Buffered input stream, buffering input. Line number input stream, keeping track of how many lines are read. Byte array input stream, reading from an array. Filter input stream, filtering the inputs. Filter input stream, next one, file input stream, reading the data from the file. The next, piped input stream, reading from the pipe. Data input stream, reading primitive data types. The next, methods in output stream classes. So methods, some of the methods are available for output stream classes to write the content into the file. So first one, write. To write a byte to the output stream. That means the write command, write only one byte to the output stream. Write byte of array of B, to write all the bytes in the array B to the output stream. That means the user writes array of bytes to the output streams. The next one, write byte array of stream comma int n comma int m. Here to write m bytes from array starting from the nth byte. That means m bytes to be returned to the file. Starting position is n. Okay. The next one, close. To close the output stream. Flush means to clear the output stream. The same, some of the methods in the input stream classes. Input stream classes means read the content from the file. The first one, read. To read byte from the input stream. Read byte of B array. To read an array of B dot length bytes into array B. Read byte array variable comma int n comma int m. Here to read the m bytes from variable B starting from the nth bytes. So available to give the number of bytes available in the input, skip bracket n. Here n is an integer variable. To skip over and discard n bytes from the input stream. For example, skip 5 means that is cursor move to the next 5, skip the next 5 spaces. Okay. The next one, reset. To go back to the beginning of the stream. Close means to close the input stream. Next one, program to write the user input to file using file output stream classes. Next, the first program is to write the some content to the file using file output stream classes. Keep in mind, file output stream classes used for write the content of the file. Okay, then the first one, that is file output stream, we have to import the header file, import space java.io.as is compulsory. The next one, import space java.utl.as, that is scanner command for getting the user input. Okay, the first one, class name file demo, public static void main throws IO exception. That means we are dealing with the input and output operations, so that's why we put the keyword throws IO exception. First one, scanner space is equal to new scanner system.in string str, string variable str equal to s dot next line, that is give the input to the str variable into j. The next one, bytes b of empty array equal to str dot get bytes. So for example, s dot next line gets the input from the user, that is one line input from the user. That input is converted to bytes variable, then the final data stored in the b of array. For example, your input equal to hello means size equal to 5, HELLO, 5 equal to size equal to 5, the 5 variables stored in the b array. The next, system.out.println b dot length means output equal to 5, so b dot length equal to 5. The next, we have to create the object for file output stream class, file output stream space FOS, FOS the object name, new file output stream f:/s1.txt. Here the file name is available in the path f:/s1, file name is s1.txt, it is present in the f:. The next one, for j equal to 0, j less than b dot length j plus plus, then FOS dot write b of j. That means you are writing the all the inputs, that is you are writing the character, you are writing the byte by byte input to the file, that is file s1.txt. After writing all the content, FOS dot close. Okay, then main function closing and class file demo closing. Next, we have to run the program, java c space file demo.java, no error, java space file demo. The next one, the str, that is s dot next line get the user input. My input is welcome to department of IT, welcome to department of IT. The next one, system.out.println b dot length. So b dot length, it prints the number of character available in the given input. Here the b dot length equal to 27. Okay, now all the contents written into the file s1.txt. If you want to see the contents of the text file, you have to type the command, type s1.txt. The content is welcome to department of IT. Next one, program to read the contents of the file using file input stream class and display into the monitor. That means now the first program, we have written the content into the file s1.txt. Next, we have to read the content from the s1.txt and display onto the monitor. Okay, then next one, import space java.io.asterisk, that is for file throws IO exception, class file demo1. Here the file name is file demo1, public static void main throws IO exception. Here using the class file input stream space FIS equal to object name equal to FIS, new file input stream. Here the file name is f:/s1.txt. Already the s1.txt content is welcome to IT department. The same file we have taken for the input for the second program. The next one, int c. Then what's next, while c is equal to FIS dot read. That means if we want to write the contents means we have to use the method write method. If we want to read the data means we have to use the method read method. FIS file input stream dot read not equal to -1. Here -1 represents the end of file. After reading the contents, that is system.out.println c. So c means it prints the corresponding character into the monitor screen. What is the use of character variable? Means to convert the data type into byte to character. Okay, then FIS dot close. So that means the while loop will be executed till the end of the file. After writing all the content into the monitor, then close the file stream, FIS dot close. Then main program closing and file demo closing. Next one, compile the program, java c file demo1.java, java space file demo1. The output is welcome to department of IT, displayed in the monitor screen. The same program, suppose I am not using in the while loop, I am not using character conversion. What happened? So same program, that is the system dot in the while loop system.out.println. The last program we put the c proceeded with character force type conversion, that is converting the character from the byte to character. So I am not putting the character variable. Remove that character variable. What happens means it print its equivalent ASCII value. See the output. So here the ASCII value for A2 is at capital. First we have to memorize the A2 capital is 965 to 90. Then small a to small is equal 97 to 122. ASCII value for the empty space equal to 32. Here the file name is s1.txt. The content of s1.txt is welcome to IT department. First I got to compile the program java c space file demo 1.java. Then java space file demo. The output is it print its equivalent ASCII value. So welcome to IT department. Welcome means W means 119. E means 101. So like that all the ASCII value will be printed. Here 32 represents the empty space. So welcome to IT department, print its equivalent ASCII value in this program. Now we conclude the session. So we discussed about the IO streams and Java byte streams. So thanks for watching. Thank you.